Hey everyone, welcome back to Backstage Tales. Today, we're diving into something a little different, but a lot of fun. Cartoon crushes. Yeah, you heard me right. We've all had that moment when we crushed on a cartoon character. And I know, some of us may never admit it out loud, but today, we're going there. You remember those characters who just made you feel some type of way, right? Those animated beauties who made your heart race before you even knew what that meant. So, I looked to the comments and asked you all about your favorite childhood cartoon crushes. And let me tell you, the responses are wild.
Come on, baby. Don't do this.
Some picks were expected, but others, absolutely surprising. You guys came through with some amazing answers, and we've got everything from classic characters to some you probably haven't thought about in years. Get ready, because we're about to count down the top 10 cartoon crushes that you shared with me. And hey, if your childhood crush made the list, you're probably not alone. But if not, don't worry. You might get a whole new perspective on these animated icons. Grab your snacks, buckle up, and let's dive into the top 10 cartoon crushes according to you, the viewers. Trust me, some of these choices will surprise you. So stay tuned till the end to see if yours made the cut.
I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning.
We're kicking things off at number 10 with Gadget Hack Wrench from Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. Now, Gadget wasn't just your average mouse. She was a genius, a real inventor, always saving the day with her brilliant mind and mechanical skills. And let's be real here, who wouldn't have a crush on someone who could build anything from scratch? She had that cool, calm demeanor that we all admired. But she was also tough when she needed to be. She wasn't just sitting back while the boys ran around causing mayhem. She was right there in the action, fixing the problems, coming up with solutions, and often saving the day. She was everything we wanted in a cartoon character. Intelligent, kind, and independent. Plus, how many of us secretly wished we could have her level of mechanical skills? No one could ever deny that Gadget had a way of making tech look so cool. She didn't just look the part. She was the part. Her ability to handle tough situations with logic, quick thinking, and a good sense of humor made her not just lovable, but admirable. And let's face it, Gadget wasn't just a sidekick to Chip 'n Dale. She was the backbone of the team. Imagine what would have happened if she hadn't been there. Chip 'n Dale would have been completely lost without her. And I know I'm not the only one who thought Gadget was the coolest. In fact, Elvis Press Play 7735 commented, "Gadget Hack Wrench, she's the reason I wanted to grow up and be an inventor. She was so cool, smart, and always had the best ideas. Plus that little pilot's jacket, so cute." Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Gadget had a style all her own that made her stand out even more. She was our first girl crush with brains, and that's something we'll never forget. Next up at number 9, we've got Princess Jasmine from Aladdin. Jasmine wasn't your typical princess. She was independent, smart, and sassy. She wasn't waiting around for a prince to come. She was taking charge of her own destiny. What made her stand out wasn't just her beauty. It was her desire for freedom. Jasmine challenged the traditional princess role, rejecting the luxury and constraints of royalty. She wasn't interested in just any price. She wanted someone who respected her for who she was, not her title. That was revolutionary at the time. And here's the shocking part. Jasmine was one of the first Disney princesses to show body positivity. She had curves and she rocked them with confidence, proving that strength and beauty came in all shapes. Plus, let's not forget Raja, her pet tiger. I mean, how many princesses have a tiger as a pet and still manage to be relatable? Comment from Dark Shadow 1966. I had a major crush on Jasmine as a kid. She was strong and independent, not to mention how cool it was that she wasn't afraid to speak up. Raja was a bonus too. Yeah, we all had a thing for her, didn't we?
We're at Technology Central to answer that question, for it may be the next target of these mysterious burglars.
Coming in at number 8, it's the fearless and fierce April O'Neil from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. April wasn't your typical damsel in distress. She was tough, smart, and always ready to jump headfirst into action. sometimes even more than the turtles themselves. Here's the shocking part. April wasn't just reporting the news. She was a vital part of the team, often saving the turtles when they were in trouble. Did you know that in the original comics, April was initially a damsel, but the writers changed her character to make her stronger and more independent after the fan feedback? The change made her one of the first female characters in kids' cartoons to be defined by her own abilities, not just as a sidekick. And let's not forget her iconic yellow jumpsuit. It wasn't just for style. It was a symbol of April's courage and determination. That outfit wasn't just fashion. It represented a strong, independent woman who could handle danger head-on. April wasn't just a sidekick. She was a true leader in her own right. No one ever doubted her importance. She was as integral to the team as any of the turtles, and her quick thinking and bravery often saved the day. Comment from Isaac Kuo. I never realized how much I crushed on April until now. She was smart, confident, and didn't need to rely on the guys to do everything. Talk about girl power. Yep, April was more than just a reporter. She was a superhero in her own right, and she deserved more recognition than she gets. But speaking of heroes, get ready because the next character might just surprise you. She's the ultimate transformation of strength and heart. Who could it be? Keep watching to find out.
You insisted on going.
We owe you both a great debt.
But now the future of Earth is up to the star.
Next up, we've got Starsha from Space Battleship Yamato. You may not know her from mainstream pop culture, but Starsha is a powerful and unforgettable character in the anime world. As the Queen of Iskandar, Starsha was a leader who faced a difficult decision to send a distress signal to Earth, hoping they could save her dying world, even though it meant putting their lives in danger. What's shocking about Starsha is that she wasn't just a helpless princess. She took charge of her people's fate, making the ultimate sacrifice for the survival of her civilization. Her wisdom and leadership were crucial to the survival of not just Iskandar, but the entire galaxy, as she entrusted the crew of the Yamato to deliver a critical device that could save her world. Starsha also shares a deep unspoken connection with Captain Okita. While they can't be together, their relationship represents a powerful emotional anchor throughout the series, showcasing Starsha's dedication to her people above all else. Comment from Spencer Snyder 7042. Starsha was such a powerful character in Spaceship Battleship Yamato. She wasn't just the queen, she was a leader who knew how to make the tough decisions. Her sacrifice really hit hard. Her wisdom and bravery made Starsha an essential and beloved character. Now, if you think her sacrifice was powerful, just wait until you see the next character who also changed the course of an entire galaxy in their own way. Stay tuned. Number 6 on our list is none other than Rogue from X-Men, the animated series. I get it. Okay, Rogue was the epitome of cool. She was strong, independent, and let's not forget, unstoppable. She had that southern charm, and she was a total badass. And she was dealing with some seriously complex emotions, given her powers. Here's the shocking part. Rogue's ability to absorb people's memories, abilities, and even life force wasn't just an interesting plot point, it was tragic. This power made her an outcast, unable to touch anyone without harming them. But there's something even more surprising. Did you know Rogue first absorbed Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel's powers? Which is how she gained her enhanced strength and flight abilities. That's how Rogue went from a relatively unknown character to one of the most powerful mutants in the X-Men universe. But at what cost? Her powers also gave her an immense burden, emotionally and physically, and forced her to confront inner turmoil that most of us can't imagine. Rogue's struggle between wanting human connection and being unable to experience it made her one of the most tragic and relatable characters in the entire franchise. But the real kicker? Despite all of this, Rogue never let her powers define her. She was a fighter, a leader, and never backed down from a challenge. She wasn't just one of the most powerful mutants, she was a hero, facing overwhelming odds and inner conflict, yet still standing tall and making tough choices for the greater good. Can you imagine dealing with that much inner turmoil, all while kicking butt and saving the world? Yeah, Rogue is an icon. Comment from Ryoko Freak. Rogue was my favorite for sure. Her struggle with her powers and her tragic backstory made her so much more relatable. Plus, she had that southern charm that made her just irresistible. Couldn't have said it better myself. Rogue's combination of power and vulnerability made her unforgettable. If you think Rogue's strength came from her powers alone, think again. The next character not only had to confront incredible challenges, but also became a symbol of unwavering perseverance. And their story is about to get even more intense. Curious who it is? Stick around, you won't want to miss this one.
Where am I?
Welcome to my...
Now, at number 5 on the list, we've got Daphne Blake from Scooby-Doo. Yes, Daphne. The girl who could solve mysteries, handle danger, and look fantastic while doing it. Daphne was always portrayed as a stylish and glamorous character, but she had so much more going on for her than just good looks. She was resourceful, brave, and always jumping into the action with the gang. But here's the thing about Daphne. She was a character who defied expectations. She didn't just sit back and scream when things went wrong like many characters of the time. Daphne had brains, beauty, and the ability to keep her cool in the face of danger. Qualities we all admired. You may be surprised to learn that Daphne wasn't always as capable as she became. In fact, early versions of Scooby-Doo portrayed her as a typical damsel in distress, often the one needing saving. But the creators quickly realized that her potential went far beyond that. Over time, they redefined her character to be a stronger, more independent woman who wasn't afraid to jump into action and take charge when the situation called for it. Here's the shocking fact. Did you know that Daphne was initially written as a danger-prone character who often got herself into trouble? However, as the show evolved, so did her character. She became more resourceful, stepping up to save the day in many episodes where the gang was at a standstill. In fact, Daphne's evolution was one of the key changes that helped Scooby-Doo become such a groundbreaking show in its portrayal of women in animation. She wasn't just a pretty face, she was a problem solver. And can we talk about how her sense of style was ahead of its time? That iconic purple dress, the scarf, the boots, it was a look we all wanted to emulate. Daphne wasn't just a sidekick in the Scooby-Doo universe. She was an integral part of the team, solving mysteries and saving the day. And let's face it, we all had a little crush on her. Admit it. Now, speaking of strong, bold female characters, wait until you meet the next entry. This character wasn't just part of a team. She was the heart of it, bringing power, compassion, and one of the most fascinating personalities in the animated world. Curious who it is? Stay tuned to find out.
I can tell you how to find BB and Raven.
And Robin?
We lost touch.
Coming in at number 4, we've got Starfire from Teen Titans. Starfire was the perfect combination of strength, playfulness, and kindness. She was tough, but her personality was what truly made her stand out. Genuinely compassionate and full of wonder about Earth. How could you not have a crush on her? But here's the shocking part. Starfire's origin story in the comics was much darker. She was originally a warrior princess with a tragic past, fighting against the alien race that destroyed her home planet. While the animated version softened her backstory, her emotional resilience and positivity made her even more inspiring. She faced loss and trauma, but still managed to love and spread joy. Starfire's abilities were also originally portrayed as nearly godlike in the comics. Her energy blasts were so powerful she could destroy planets, but the animated version gave her a more lovable and innocent vibe, which made her both a warrior and a heartwarming presence on the team. Comment from Spencer Snyder 7042. Starfire was definitely my childhood crush. She was tough, sweet, and had the best personality. Her optimism was infectious, and she was the heart of the team. Alright, now speaking of characters who combine strength with charm, the next one on our list brought her own unique vibe. Get ready for the ultimate animated basketball star who just happens to be smoking hot.
Lola, heads up!
Next up, number 3, Lola Bunny from Space Jam. Lola was introduced to us as a basketball-playing, confident, tough-as-nails bunny who definitely knew how to take charge on and off the court. Her athleticism, sass, and playful charm made her a character well-loved. She was a perfect match for Michael Jordan, and let's not forget, she had the best one-liners. But here's the shocking part. Lola wasn't always the character we know today. Originally, she was designed to be more overtly sexualized, and after the film's release, the creators received feedback from fans who felt that wasn't the right direction. In response, they reworked her character to make her more empowering, shifting her into the strong, independent figure we now know. Beyond her toughness, Lola had a balance of strength and vulnerability that made her even more relatable. She wasn't just a girl on the court. She was a true competitor, confident and fierce. Comment from Basil Yat. Lola Bunny was so much more than just a pretty face. She showed us that being confident and strong was something to admire. She's still my favorite character. If you're wondering how someone could be this confident and still have you rooting for them, well, just look at Lola Bunny. She's definitely earned her place in animated crush history. Now, if you think Lola had an impact, wait until you see the next character. They completely flipped the script on what it means to be a hero. Stay tuned. Taking the number 2 spot, we've got Stara from Thundercats. If there was ever a character who represented both beauty and power, it was Stara. She was the leader of the Thundercats, fast, agile, and always ready to kick some serious villain butt. But the thing about Stara that made her so special wasn't just her speed, it was her heart. She was strong. She was also compassionate, thoughtful, and a fierce protector of her people. Stara wasn't just about being fast. She was about being a great leader and always doing the right thing, no matter how tough the situation got. And let's not forget about how we all wanted to be her when we were younger. She was one of the most empowering female characters of the 80s and 90s. Alrighty, stay tuned to find out who is our number 1 on this list. I bet you already figured it out.
Get out of here.
Es la mujer.
Alrighty. So finally, at number 1, we have Jessica Rabbit. There's no denying it, Jessica Rabbit is the ultimate cartoon crush. She has that mix of mystery, allure, and sophistication that no one could resist. Comment from Nunya Beeswax I4Q, Jessica Rabbit is the GOAT of animated crushes. Her voice, her curves, her confidence, it's everything. But the best part is, she was more than just a sexy character. She had depth and complexity that I never noticed as a kid. Comment from Jason Washington. Jessica Rabbit was one of the first characters I had a crush on. She wasn't just beautiful. She had this mysterious, fierce independence that made her unforgettable. Whether you were a fan of her sultry voice, her iconic look, or her fiery relationship with Roger, Jessica was the epitome of charisma. And while some may have seen her as just a sex symbol, there was so much more to Jessica Rabbit. She was loyal, passionate, always unapologetically herself. Alright, I'm sorry to say it, but that's it for today's countdown of the top 10 cartoon crushes. Alright, now that you've seen this whole list, I really want to know, what do you think? Did your favorite character make the list? Drop your answer in the comments and let's keep the conversation going. And if you enjoyed this nostalgic journey, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Stay nostalgic, stay awesome, and I'll see you next time.